Happy New Year, my friends, and welcome to Avante Jewelry in 2026. Can you believe it? I can hardly believe it. If you're new to the channel, I'm Vicki. If you're coming back, thank you so much for that. I am so excited about the new year. I have lots of ideas, more ideas than I probably have time. It's January 6th as I'm making this video, the first video of the new year, and I do have several videos lined up for you. I know I was supposed to take a break, right, over my 2 weeks off. Well, I actually could use another week or two because I'm still really behind. I didn't accomplish everything that I had hoped to do, but although I was going to release the first video being a jewelry making video, I thought, no, I want to have a chat. So that's what we're doing in this first video. I'll try not to make it too long. But anyway, I thought I'd tell you what Mark and I have been up to over the last couple weeks. And I have some thank yous to extend. And some of you have asked me about my makeup routine or what I use for my makeup. So I thought I'd share that with you. And kind of a personal preventative health update, something that I'm treating for right now that I'm going to talk about a little later in the video. So if you're here to make jewelry, sorry about that. Go check out all my other videos on Avante Jewelry because this one's just a little personal update and a few other things thrown in. And the first thing I want to do is extend a few thank yous. Not only thank you to all of you who watch my videos and support the channel and comment. I can't tell you enough how much the comments help. And then there's something now, what is that thing called? I don't know if it's called boosting or whatever, but it's something where you hit a little something on your phone and it tells YouTube you really like the video. If you know what that's called, leave a comment and let me know. Anyway, I do have a few thank yous here as well for a few things I received in the mail. A few months ago, I received some handmade jewelry from Jen. So Jen, I want to say thank you for this beautiful necklace that you made and these beautiful earrings. Aren't those pretty? Thank you so much for these surprise gifts. I really appreciate it. And then I got an international Christmas card. It's so pretty. It's from Angie in Scotland. Thank you so much, Angie. I really appreciate it. Mark and I really appreciate it because it says to both of you. I do have some Scottish in me, not a lot, but I have some Irish and Scottish and German and English, of course. My dad would say I'm a Heinz 57 varieties. But thank you for sending that card. And Nancy, she sent me several hauls of jewelry that I got to upcycle for you and several cards. And I did get your Christmas card. I just forgot to bring it down here, but thank you so much, Nancy. And another thank you to Diana for sending me a haul last year. I made some jewelry months ago from her haul, but thank you again, Diana. And there's one more. Anita sent me a bunch of jewelry making magazines. And do you see a few tabs in here? Yes, I found a bunch of inspiration in these magazines. So thank you so much, Anita. And as far as what Mark and I have been up to over the past 2 weeks, oh goodness, it went so fast. Let's see here. I have a booth, in a local vendor mall called Just Stuff in Kingsport, Tennessee. And after New Year's, so I guess I'm not going all the way back to 2 weeks, but we reset it for the new year, but I did keep one display of Christmas, one whole bookcase of Christmas. I'll tell you what, I'll just insert a few pictures here of the booth, Vintage Vicki. I do have another YouTube channel, Vintage Vicki, so check that out if you'd like to see some behind the scenes. I haven't really made a video for a while about the booth, but I have one there for some other things we did over our 2 weeks. We took a tour, a Christmas tour of the Allendale Mansion. It was absolutely gorgeous. I'll pop the thumbnail up here, but that's over on Vintage Vicki. And another thing we did, but I couldn't video, was some of you have heard me talk about over the years Netherland Inn. In fact, several years ago, I bought all of their jewelry. They have hard goods and jewelry and stuff. They have a sale once or twice a year. And we took a tour, but I wasn't allowed to videos. I don't have anything of the inside of what we got to see, but it was really beautiful at the holidays. And it was really fun for Mark and me to go out and do something other than just, well, for me, make videos, and for Mark, do things around the house. So it was really nice. What else did we do? We went car shopping. Wow. We had sticker shock. Yeah. We have two vehicles, 2004 and 2006. So it was sticker shock to see the prices on cars and quite an experience dealing with salespeople. Yeah. uh, Walked away from two cars because of how they were structuring their offer. So, not in any hurry, may not even buy anything. But yeah, that was quite an experience for sure. And we're watching YouTube videos, of course, to figure out some tips and tricks on how to deal when looking for a car, whether it's new or used. How about you? Are you shopping for a new car this year or newer? Other than that, let's just come around to the question about how I do my makeup or what I wear or whatever, my skincare. You're going to be surprised. It is so simple. I mean, really so simple that you're not going to believe it. I might have one thing to share with you, or maybe two that you've never thought of. But yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, skincare. Well, for those of you that don't know, I'm 67 years old. Can't believe it. And I swear when I look in the mirror, I'm aging really fast now, faster than I remember in past years. I guess that's part of the territory. So for my skin, I do not use any soap. Nope, no soap whatsoever on my face. Even when I'm taking my makeup off, I don't use soap. I just never really have. I remove all of my makeup with one of those makeup pads, typically a large oval makeup pad, and I start with water, warm water, and I get the heavier makeup off. And once I have the makeup off as much as I can, I switch over to something that I think you'll be surprised by, witch hazel. Yep, good old fashioned witch hazel. You can buy it just about anywhere. This is what I use to remove any remnants of my makeup with a makeup pad. And you can tell pretty quick when you have it all off. So, yeah, my grandma used to use this. And I think she would be so happy that I'm using it too. And then, as far as getting ready to put on makeup, two ingredients that, again, I think are going to shock you. Not something you would typically expect. And that is, are you ready for this? Good old fashioned Vaseline. Vaseline, because, as I've gotten older, my skin gets a little bit drier. And I don't put much on. It doesn't take much, a little here, a little here, a little here, on the nose, chin, neck, some Vaseline. But I use something else with the Vaseline too. Like I said, I put on a little here, a little there, all over the neck. And then I use something that I really, really like. And this is organic aloe gel. Aloe gel is not all made the same. Some of them have some really horrible drying ingredients in them. I found a brand that I really like that I stick to now. And you know that store I have for Avante jewelry? Before I release this video, I'm going to set up a category for skincare or maybe other, I don't know, maybe skincare, I guess. And I'm going to put this aloe gel in there. And you can see I got a really big bottle. So I put the Vaseline on and I put this on my hand while I still have Vaseline on me. And then I start blending in the combination of the aloe gel and the Vaseline until it's all blended in. I try to let it soak in just a little bit, but I don't always have a lot of time. And I don't want my face to look like it's glowing or greasy or reflective. So to blot my face, I use perm tissues. Perm rod tissues, you get a perm and they use that little tissue paper with the perm rod. Boy, I haven't had a perm since I was probably maybe 15. Get the jumbo. If I can find those, I'll put them in that same personal care category in my Amazon affiliate store for Avante Jewelry. But those jumbo tissues, I tell you what, it costs so much money if you're actually buying makeup tissues, but you can get a whole box of, I think, hundreds or 1,000 of these perm rod tissues, and it's the same exact thing. In fact, you can carry some with you in your purse in case you need to blot a little during the day. And as far as my other makeup, I just use CoverGirl and LA Colors for eyeshadow, and I think Maybelline for my mascara. Nothing special. Honestly, nothing special. Very basic, very inexpensive makeup. Okay, what else? I know there's something else I want to tell you. I am working on making more videos for you. I've been putting out just one video a week for quite some time now before my 2-week break. And I want to put out more videos, but my videos, my style of videos where I edit it down to make it flow really well, can take me, I know you're not going to believe this because you wouldn't believe it unless you actually make videos, but an hour and a half of video can take me 6 to 8 hours to edit. Yes, it can. Probably why you see a lot of short videos out there instead of long. But what I'm going to try, in fact, I'm doing this in the very next few videos coming out. I created a series of videos, and the videos coming out after this one, beginning of January. I made 4 videos for you, and it's a series. I started out with 2 necklaces that I upcycled and made 4 videos out of it. In other words, one video I made a necklace, and one video I made 2 pairs of earrings, and another video I made a necklace, and the next video I made a bracelet. If I hadn't broken up the videos, it probably would be an hour and a half to 2-hour video. And I know that's just way too much. So some of the videos are going to be about 20 minutes. Some will be about 15, 10, 15. It just depends. So look this year for a series of related videos that I release about every 2 to 3 days, just depending on how the week falls. So that's what I've got coming up for you. And then I'll still have occasional videos where I just take something and upcycle it, and it's close to an hour long because that's what it took to make the video. In fact, I have one where I upcycled one necklace that Nancy sent me and made a whole bunch of earrings. Well, something else too. So that's what's coming up in the next few weeks. And it lets me be ahead a little bit. By spacing out the videos, it lets me get ahead, have a little breathing space to make more videos. So little changes this year, but more videos. That's what I'm going for. So make sure you're subscribed and ring that bell so you don't miss out. I guess the last thing I wanted to share with you is that personal care issue that I've been dealing with. For those of you who have watched a lot of my videos, you know that I'm fairly light complected, right? I don't get a lot of sun. I mean, sure, I've got some freckles. I've always had freckles, but I go to a dermatologist, and she said this last time about a month and a half ago that she thought I had some precancerous cells right here. Yeah, right here, the place where you wear a necklace, right? So I kind of wonder why I was wearing so many scarves in my Christmas ornament series, my large Christmas ornaments, and you still might see a few scarves over the next few weeks. I don't know. I've got kind of a high neck on today. Well, I've been treating for precancerous cells. And I was shocked because even though she asked me to try this cream, and what is this cream? I'll tell you here. Floricil, something like that. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Anyway, I did the first treatment over 10 days, and I thought I would have 0 reaction because I don't get a lot of sun. Well, guess what? I really had a reaction to it. I was shocked. Yeah, you kind of get this really bumpy rash, red bumps and stuff. I'm like, oh, great. But I guess better to find out, right? And I almost thought I was allergic to the cream because it got worse after I did the 10-day treatment. Well, actually, it does get worse after the 10-day treatment. You don't get 100% healed before you start the second treatment of 10 days. And I went longer than they suggested in between the 2 10 days because I felt it needed to clear up a little bit. And I finished up the second treatment the Saturday after Christmas, and it's still not healed yet. It's not very pretty. I'm not going to show you a photo. Just imagine red blistery bumps. So here I am, trying to make videos, want to wear V-necks. I love my V-necks, and I can't wear them. So initially I was wearing a scarf. Now I just have the high neck. You're probably going to see me in a lot of black tops throughout January because, I don't want to show this. And it still needs another probably month to heal. But my point in sharing this with you is don't think it can't happen to you. If you don't get a lot of sun, like I don't get a lot of sun, it can still happen because it's not about how much sun you've had in the last 5 years or 10 years or a few decades. It's how much sun have you had in your lifetime. And even though I have not been a sun worshiper since I was probably in my late 20s, and as I said, I'm 67 now, well, guess what? Yeah, if I've got it, you might have it too. And my tip for you, my takeaway, if you go to a dermatologist or at least make an appointment to, my tip is if you have to do it, Do it now in the winter time when it's easier to wear high necks and layers and not V-neck tank tops, etc. Get it over with in the winter months so it will be cleared up for spring and summer. That's my takeaway. And no one wants to have skin cancer, right? So take care of yourself, my friends. You know, it's important. So that's my health tip in this video. I wasn't going to talk very long, was I now? Let's talk about some of my plans for 2026. There is something new that I'm introducing in the next video. Well, okay, you're going to find it at the end of this video too. At the very end of the video, where you can choose where you go to next and which video you want to watch next, I'll insert a QR code. Yep, QR code. I'm getting with the times. I have a QR code that takes you directly to my Amazon affiliate store. So I can stop saying it's in the link below the video and you're watching on TV and you're like, I don't see a link below the video. If you are watching on TV, just get your phone out, go to photo, zoom in on the QR code on the screen on your TV, and it will take you to my affiliate links for my tools and supplies and now personal care. Crazy, huh? And I also have a QR code to go to Avante Jewelry, directly to Avante Jewelry, not just our eBay store, but directly to Avante Jewelry. And I plan to use some more QR codes this year to simplify some things. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's something new. I'm also going to challenge myself this year to try a live video. Oh, can I do live? Do you want to participate in a live video? Meaning, I'll have the feed where you comment and I'll be trying to look at the camera and look at the feed and answer your questions, and it will be vertical, not horizontal. I think it's going to be vertical, not horizontal. I think that's how I have to do it. Maybe not. If I can do it horizontal, I will. I prefer that. But I really want to challenge myself to make live videos. And eventually, I'd like to sell off some of the jewelry that I've accumulated over the years. I just have a wee little bit of jewelry and sell the jewelry live, live where you bid on it. I'm still working on that because I haven't had a lot of time, but it's something I'd like to do. I'm just not sure. I don't know if I'm going to do it through YouTube Live or through having an online store, breaking away from eBay and having an independent store where I can also do lives. We do own the domain name for Avante Jewelry. I've had it for over a decade, always held on to it. What else? Any questions? I'm sure you do. And if you do, leave them in your comment so I can address it in a future video or maybe a future live video. I considered a Patreon for a while, but I ended up deciding that I just want to keep my videos free. I want to keep them free and available to all of you. What does help me is watching the entire video all the way through, of course, giving it a like or a thumbs up. Sharing it is always great. And then that other thing they have where you can boost it. What is that called? And, of course, subscribing. That helps a whole lot. And ring that bell icon for notifications. All of that helps the channel. And thank you so much to all of you who have purchased the jewelry that I've made in these videos. You've been wonderful. And be sure to check out the link to Avante Jewelry, still on eBay for now, but check it out because I'm going to be running some sales here and there and extend a discount once in a while on my jewelry. I need to clear out 20, 25 jewelry so I can make some more. I only have so much room in my drawers over here, and you know how much room jewelry takes up, right? Yeah, right. A little bit of room. But I do need to wrap it up because as soon as I'm done with this quick video that I'm going to make and release to you today on Tuesday, January 6th, I need to move on and do my FaceTime, as I call it, for my 4 videos coming up. So you're going to see me in the same outfit for the next 4 videos, okay? I'm not going to try to find something else to wear because all it would be is another high neck black top. Okay, be sure to leave a comment. Ask me any questions that you'd like to ask. Check out my affiliate link for my personal care if you're interested in this aloe. Buy the Vaseline anywhere. I do recommend name brand, and I do recommend no added fillers. Don't get that cocoa smelling Vaseline, just plain name brand Vaseline. And aloe gel works great. And do know I appreciate your gift of your time and watching my videos, the time that you take to give a thumbs up, the time you take to share, and more than anything, the time to comment. I know I haven't been commenting back very much lately, but I was trying to take a couple of weeks off, but I'll do my best. Sometimes you might just see a thumbs up and a heart, and sometimes I'll respond. But do know I read every single comment, and I appreciate and love every single one of you. We're friends. See you in the next video.